Shalom, my dear friends, my juniors, my seniors, and honorable ladies and lovely children. We are going to discuss this parasha Tabo. Please come. You come. So Tabo means you come. This is the last book of our first five books of Moses, and this is also called the book of Prophet Moses, Deuteronomy, and we are reading Deuteronomy from the book of Deuteronomy from chapter 26 verse 1 to 29:8. Okay, and this is about me, Dr. Abraham. I'm intensivist physician and ideologist, and my WhatsApp and all. This presentation, or whatever you say, the small video in short I'm making available on Jewish India channel. Whenever you want reference, or you want my address, or you want to talk to me, write to me on email. These are my details. So Moses instructed the people of Israel. Now this is what the 40 years almost are over, and the Israelites are just about to enter the Eretz Israel, Eretz Canaan. Okay, and before entering, Prophet Moses is not going to enter with them because of curse of Hashem, that you did few mistakes and you are not supposed to enter. In fact, our prophet Moses tried to negotiate with Hashem, but he said, no, it's not possible. So he is just standing on the Har Gerizim and Ival. And fortunately, a couple of weeks ago, we were there. Some people also attended that visit. It's a nice place. All the excavations we visited, and those places are curses and the blessings. So it's we have already discussed in Parasha Riyeh. It will come. That's a small little discussion about Parasha Riyeh also during this. So when you enter the land that God is giving to you as your eternal heritage. Don't forget, my dear friends, that the land is only for 1 year or 2 years or 3 years or 5 years, 10 years or 100 years. It's eternal. It's forever heritage for you and your generation, your children. And you settle it and cultivate it. You settle it. You settle down in that. You manage the land properly. You start nice buildings, living your good living place. Everything you settle it. Being the first ripened fruits, bikurim, it's called bikurim of your orchard, to the holy temple. So whatever you produce, the first, when it ripes up, anything, the first thing you have to bring to the gift to Hashem, to the holy temple, to the Beit HaMikdash. Okay? Declare your gratitude for all that God has done for you. And with that, you have to declare, you have to say thanks to Hashem, Toda Rabba Hashem, Todale Hashem. That is, you send it's declare and show your gratitude that I'll be grateful and thankful to you throughout my life, throughout our generation. My children will be always thankful and grateful to you for what He has given to you, your children, given to us. Okay? So declare that openly, without any fear or without anything, that you have done so many good things for us. Hashem, the most important thing, that you brought us out of slavery, bondage from Egypt, and you created a new nation, absolutely new nations, a new nation, I beg your pardon, with new decrees. You built a new nation. Remember, my dear friends, these decrees, 10 commandments. Before that, Abraham Avinu was given chesed, humbleness, obedience, and welcoming, something they say. But there were many things given to when the nation was created. 10 commandments, revelation from Hashem. He himself said, okay, nobody was in between. He gave these 10 commandments, Esreth Hadavirot. In Hebrew, they are called Esreth Hadavirot. Esher means 10, the Virot means commandments. So Esreth Hadavirot, he gave directly. And first two, always remember, my dear. And I also remind you all the time, don't say that Dr. Abraham tells this many times. He has spoken many times, and how many times he is going to speak this, that he gave these two commandments directly to us. I remind you, my dear friends, Moshe Rabbeinu reminded to everybody, all the halakot, malakot, everything, all the decrees. You should not forget. And tie tefillin on your head and mezuzah on your doorpost, and Shema Israel Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Keep in your behavta Adonai Elohecha b'kol levavecha u'b'kol nafshecha. B'kol levavecha, by your whole heart, b'kol nafshecha, by your whole soul. Nefesh is soul. Lev is heart, levavecha. So like this, you learn a little bit Hebrew also from me. Behavta Adonai Elohecha. You have to love your God by all your heart, by all your soul, nefesh. Behavta Adonai Elohecha b'kol levavecha u'b'kol nafshecha. Behayu l'tutpo v'nenecha u'taptam al mezuzah v'techa u'vish arecha. So this you have to write. Shema Israel Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. And this Behavta Adonai Elohecha, you have to write. Betecha means you have put on your doorpost. I showed in the morning the mezuzah. Two mezuzot I showed in at the doors of the synagogue. So the most important thing is that your gratitude and gratefulness you have to show. And how will you show? To keep his decrees, to keep his commandments, to keep his ordinances. Don't turn away. Because the King David was shown, because of the turning away, the Jewish people rejected, refused to follow Hashem's commandment, and they got involved with their own personal life. When the temple was even not built, King David saw it prophetically. His prophetic vision saw that it will be destroyed. And he was so upset. And then he said to Hashem, what is this? Hashem said, now this is what your people are going to do. But I have a better way to get pardon from me, and that's a silichot. Okay, so this was discussed before the temple was built, after the temple was destroyed, even before the temple was destroyed. This was discussed with David, King David, and Hashem, and that's why we say silichot. And I told you once or twice, and I'll say again, God is pardoning us of all our ancestors' mistakes, because we are praying silichot. And my dear friends, please, you, your friends, even they are non-Jews also, please tell them to pray silichot. And if they don't, at least pray tachnun, and that's the one way of getting pardoned by Hashem. So declare your gratitude that you have done so many good things for us. Don't forget that. The most important thing, that you brought us out of Egypt and you started us as a new nation. Okay, so show to gratitude with all your ripened fruits and crop or whatever you get to the holy temple. Our parasha also includes the laws of tithes given to the Levites and to the poor. Now, the poor is widows, orphan, and garim. Okay, Levites. Levites, they are the important people. Why Levites are considered this thing? Because they didn't participate in the golden calf, making golden calf. Okay, they separated themselves. They said, we don't want to do anything regarding you. Do whatever you like to do with us. No problem, but we will not participate in making the golden calf. So they are very important people. Lot of responsibilities Hashem gave to them, managing the tabernacle, carrying the tabernacle. Nobody else was allowed to do that. So you give them food, and then poor Hashem Shomer Almana, Hashem Shomer Ger, Hashem Shomer Gam Sadiq. Gam Hashem Shomer poor. I don't know what is the Hebrew word for poor. This is in one of the Psalms chapter. Okay, so you have to leave the tithe to the poor people, almana, widow, orphan, and this thing, what is called, yatim. Orphan is yatim, and ger is convert. Okay, detailed instructions on how to proclaim the blessings blessings and the curses on Mount Gerizim and Mount Ebal. We have already discussed this in the Parasha Riyeh. When you will fulfill God's commandments, you will be blessed. Remember, my dear friends. And you will be cursed when you will not follow abandon. You will not follow and you will abandon the commandments of Hashem. You will be cursed. Very simple. You follow His commandments, follow His 10 commandments, you will be blessed. You violate 10 commandments. I don't want to go in details. You violate 10 commandments, you go to other gods, you don't, and you make your symbols, photos, and so forth. And then you don't honor your parents, you don't honor your friend, and you don't keep Shabbat. These are the curses, yours for sure. And I think, okay, so the later part, Tabo, consists of this is already, its glowing terms, the Prophet recounts descriptions of what will unfold during the redemption. We have suffered a lot. Beginning with the resurrection of the dead. All the people who are buried will resurrect. Okay? With their bodies, they will go. Their souls will be uplifted and will go to the heaven. The ingathering of exiles. Ingathering of exiles means the Jews living out of Israel will come back. Continuing with the joy. They will have a lot of joy when they will come back. And abundance the Jewish people will then experience, as well as the gifts that will be brought to God from all of the nations of the world. So everything, joy and abundance. The joy will never finish. And also will experience. I hope it will happen in my life, in your life. If not, then our children will see, as well as the gifts that will be brought to God from all the nations. So nations of the world. So we will become so important and so big that so many other nations will bring gifts to us. Okay, so that time is going to come. So don't worry about. And finally, the Jewish nation will no longer will be despised and derided. So it will not be go downgrade or something go wrong. Something will go wrong again. Now the time is coming that the curve will be on the higher side, not on the dip. No dip, only growing high and high. There will no longer be violence nor mourning. So there will not be a mourning means unhappiness, crying, upset. There will not be anything like that. And God will shine His everlasting light on His people. Okay? So that light was also there from the Mount Sinai 3,333 years ago, something like 17 years, exact figure I don't know. So that light will remain throughout, everlasting light on His people. Okay, so Toda Rabba Bemet.